Touchdown. That's a whole different feel going in at halftime.
Brady lofts it. Gronkowski. He's got it for the touchdown.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We are here for episode 21 of the Tom Gronkowski Show. I am your host, Root the Truth. It's brought to you by the Sports Fan Base Network, Rhode Island, where we talk about Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski's move from the Beantown to the Bay. Brought to you by Sports Fan Base Network, Rhode Island. If you do not catch us live, no worries. We appreciate you watching, whether you be on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you're at. We appreciate you being here. But if you do not catch us live, catch us wherever you could find your podcast, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor. We're all over the place. Or just travel to the sfbnri.com. We have a treat for you for episode 21 because guess what? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers reign victorious on the road against the New Orleans Saints for the third matchup of the 2021 season. Now, I'm excited because nobody was expecting it to be that great of a matchup. After facing the New Orleans Saints in week 9, it was a very big upset at the Raymond James Stadium where we lost 38-3. But the Tampa Bay Bucks, Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski were able to power through on the road at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, and we won the game 30-20. And now the Buccaneers are in the NFC Championship game for the first time since they won the Super Bowl in 2002. And now that they live in the Tampa area, everyone is raising the flags. And they're in the process of transitioning the Raymond James Stadium because guess what? We're hosting Super Bowl 55 right in our backyards. And if we reign victorious over the Green Bay Packers this coming weekend, which we all know is very likely to happen, we will be the first team in NFL history to play the Super Bowl in their home field. If that doesn't get you jacked up, I don't know what will, because Tom Brady is possibly going into his 10th Super Bowl game. Now, that is unheard of. We've had quarterbacks who retire after 17 seasons and don't even touch the surface of having 6 rings like Tom Brady has been able to accomplish. So without further ado, let me bring in our host, Coach Jay Morgan, to talk about this matchup coming up this weekend. And we also have a special guest joining us today. Jay, how about you let our people know who we got coming on?
Okay, the guest that we got today is a very special guest. Not only as this man has experience in just one Super Bowl, he got experience in multiple Super Bowls. He may look light-skinned, but he don't run the ball light-skinned. He runs angry with an attitude and a chip on his shoulder. So without further ado, I'm going to bring to you all former Buffalo Bills running back Nate Turner. sir?
Nate the
What's up,
Skate
everybody?
Turner is joining us today for episode 21 of the Tom Gronkowski Show. Nate, thank you so much for being here. We thank our president and CEO of the Sports Fan Base Network for connecting us. And he put us in a group chat earlier this week, so we were able to get
Right.
a little familiarized with one another. But welcome to the show. How are you doing? How has your 2020 year been? Let us know. Give us as much info as you can.
Everything's beautiful. Just relaxing, trying to roll under the radar like everybody else, trying to stay healthy, trying to keep the family healthy, and hopefully 2021 is a whole lot better than 2020 was.
Yo, I heard that 2020 has definitely been an unprecedented year that no one expected. But you know what? It's January 20th. We're going into a new year, a new season. There's 2 games left before we start talking of some Super Bowl talk. And Nate, I want to know your perspective on this move of Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski leaving New England. I mean, Rob obviously coming out of retirement, but Tom Brady ending almost a 20-year skit with the New England Patriots and joining the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. What was your initial reaction when you saw that the GOAT was signing with Tampa Bay?
I mean, once Tom signed with somebody else, you knew it was going to happen. It was just a matter of time. And then they had that little skit on YouTube where Tom blew the horn and then Gronk come running out the woods. That's what's going to happen. It was going to happen.
I forgot about that. That crap was so funny.
I didn't. Right. Them two are hilarious. All the tweets and what's the one where they're walking doing like this after they beat somebody last? It's just crazy. Them dudes awesome.
And then they do that little, I guess you would say like a little skit that they do where it's like they're putting their feet in a mini pool at the practice facility here in the Raymond James. I mean, them two together were able to make a lot of magic happen. They won 3 Super Bowls together while they were with the New England Patriots, and now they've joined the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now the Bucs have only been in 1 NFC Championship game, and that happened in 2002 when Martin Gramatica, the host that I do a morning show with, when he was able to kick for them, scoring 12 points in that Super Bowl win over, I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken, Super Bowl 34, because we're coming up on almost the 20th anniversary since that Super Bowl run. And I want to know what kind of excitement would you feel if you were able to participate in a Super Bowl that happened in your home field?
Yeah, that's crazy. That is really unheard of, and it's never happened before, right? It's never happened before. And everybody knew when Tom went to Tampa, he knows how to get there. You know what I mean? And that's, going twice myself, you get to figure out, the steps to get there. So once he knows the steps, once he got everybody on the same page, and actually, realistically, Tampa Bay is just really catching on, like at the end of the season, catching on to what's going on. So they're catching fire right now. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough for Green Bay.
Now, the Green Bay Packers have definitely been leading the NFC pretty much throughout this whole season, sitting in that number 1 seat in the NFC division. Now, Aaron Rodgers definitely has something to prove, especially with how the draft ended up for the Green Bay Packers when they drafted Jordan Love, when they traded up to get Jordan Love. Do you think the Green Bay Packers made a mistake, or do you think that it was what Aaron Rodgers needed to put some fire under that ass to make it happen for the Packers this year?
You know what? I don't think he needed the fire. I think it was a smart move. You know why? Because that's some teams just, it's only one Tom Brady. Okay, so somebody just stepping in, taking over, and being a 1-year deal, it's a tough thing to do. Most teams have to build. Like in Kansas City, they've been building. Buffalo, we've been building slowly. And I think Green Bay has the same mentality. So trust me, Love is watching, and he's sitting there, and he's with Aaron in meetings, and watching what he does. Just like he learned under Favre, he's teaching a young Love to how to play the game at a high level. So I think it's a smart move.
Go ahead, Jay. Jump in here.
I'm gonna have to agree. Honestly, I like the Packers, but I feel like if we just go out there and we just keep hitting Aaron Rodgers, even though I love him so much, we're gonna have to tat him up. And once we tat him up, then we're gonna be off to the Super Bowl because we got stuff to do. So we
got some business to take care of.
We got business to take care of. I'm sorry, Aaron. We're gonna have to hurry up and get it done. You got to call State Farm after we're done.
But I really understand where you at because I really love Patrick Mahomes, but the dogs will be sent at him early.
Oh yeah.
Because he's trying to get to the Super Bowl. He got and a concussion. The dogs will be sent. I promise you.
I already told him. I said it like earlier this week. I was like, they asked me. They said, Coach, who you think is going to be? I was like, it's going to be Bucks and Bills. I was like, what? I was like, yeah. The Browns almost came through for me.
Right.
They just made a mistake, but it's gonna be Bucks and Bills.
Now, I'm glad you mentioned that because I shared something on Twitter that was actually pretty comical that the Buffalo Bills have not been able to win their division since Tom Brady pretty much entered the AFC and has always taken over that division. Now, this is the first time that the Buffalo Bills were able to win the division and make it this far because they haven't been in the playoffs since 1995. Now, what kind of result would you see if they were able to beat out the Kansas City Chiefs, but then had to face Tom Brady in the Super Bowl? It's kind of like a nightmare all over again. You can't escape the GOAT.
Yeah, well, I mean, first of all, you gotta hopefully, as long as Patrick Mahomes is on the field, it's a problem.
Yeah,
it's going to be a problem. So, I mean, if he stumbles a little bit, or if he's not 100%, then I believe we can definitely win the game. And then playing against Tom Brady, that would be awesome because trust me, everybody in Buffalo hates Tom Brady. So it's going to be a really good game.
Yeah, Bills Mafia probably has nothing good to say about Tom Brady.
Yeah, they're going to be lighting tables on fire, and jumping through tables.
I do love that about the Buffalo Bills. I love their fans. I wish I could be out there sitting with them. I would be great. We'll do a WWE. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I have so much fun. Just let me commentate. I just want to sit back and watch.
Those fans are so bananas. The Bills Mafia is awesome. Shout out to the Bills Mafia. They're awesome. I went to a game a while back and I got noticed walking through the parking lot. And I never made the game.
Please explain.
I ended up drinking and hanging out in the parking lot with all the fans, and I ended up missing the game. It was like halftime or something like that. I had like $300 in my pocket. I ended up with $370 in my pocket when I got home. It was just crazy.
See? I knew it.
It was crazy.
Sounds like a great time.
It's crazy.
That sounds like the party I want to be at.
Crazy.
Right?
Well, Nate the Skate Turner, we're going to take a quick break, but hold off with that because we want to dive more into your career and what you've seen in the NFL. So hang with us while we play the political GOAT. The political GOAT every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Don't worry, if you don't catch Felix then, you could just hop on over to the SFBM where we have a whole bunch of podcasts. I believe we're at 20 podcasts. Now, when Coach Jay and I started the Tom Gronkowski Show, I want to say back in August, we were the 6th podcast that started on this network, and now we've jumped to 20. So kudos again. We can't thank Ron Roberts enough for putting us in this position, the CEO and the president of the Sports Fan-Base Network Rhode Island, for the fans and by the fans. All right, Nate the Skate Turner, thank you again for joining us for episode 21 of the Tom Gronkowski Show. Now, you were drafted by the Buffalo Bills in the 6th round, 167th overall. Can you bring us back to that moment of when you got drafted to the NFL?
Wow. It was the culmination of a lot of work and a lot of tears, a lot of sweat, and it's bigger now to me than it was at that point. You know what I mean? And it's just a blessing to be, that Ralph Wilson and Marv Levy and all those guys, Bill Polian, who drafted me, all those guys. It was awesome.
Now, tell us a little bit about your experience in your rookie season with the Buffalo Bills. Like, what kind of turmoil did you have to go through? What lessons did you learn as a rookie? How did you get adjusted from playing at the collegiate level to being a pro?
Well, so I played wingback in Nebraska, and then they moved me to fullback when I got to Buffalo. So I had to learn a new position. I'm, playing a lot more special teams than I did in college. I'm Dale Talley is my damn big brother, so I'm running around carrying his stuff around. Thurman is making me carry his stuff around from time to time. So I mean, it's tough. You're sweating bullets the whole time, and you working, and luckily it worked out for me. I could find my niche on a Super Bowl team, and I locked in for a couple of years there.
Go ahead, Coach Jay.
First of all, I just want to say that's great. Awesome. I understand you fully when you say that. Blood, sweat, and tears. That's all I preach. But anyway, I got a couple photos that I'm going to show you, and some people that you should have played against. So I want to know, do you know them? Because I know them. The first one, Brian Williams. He played for the Giants.
Brian Williams. What position he play?
Wide receiver.
He played wide receiver.
For the New York Giants. Give us a little more info on him, Jay. Help us out.
He played all the way up until like 90, 91, and then ended up playing for the World League. And then after that, a couple years later, like around like 94, 95, he started playing for like the Canadian Football League.
Oh, well, I got drafted in 92.
Yeah, but still, I just want to know, did you know this? Did you know this guy?
No, I don't know.
Who's the next one? Who's the next one?
Okay, this guy.
And you know, I play fullback, right? So I didn't run my head into some stuff a lot.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're doing the dirty work.
A lot.
That's right.
Right. I worked for Thurman for years.
I understand. Right. But check this out. This is Devin Wyman, a Patriot.
I don't know that guy.
Did he sign that for you, Jay?
Yeah, all these dudes did.
So when did you meet this young fella?
This has been years ago. I met him with my mentor, Coach Drake.
What year was that?
Huh?
What year did he play?
He played it was in the 90s, probably around the same time that you did, and then he kept playing. He got one Super Bowl with the Patriots because he kept playing.
Right.
And then this last guy, this is a Packer, Marco Rivera.
Green Bay Packer.
I think I know Marco.
Okay. All right, we got a winner. All right, here we go.
Marco.
Yeah, Marco Rivera. I did X's and O's on the board with him. We was on a video chat, me, him, and my mentor. And my mentor is telling him, he's like, Coach, look, because my mentor played for the Seahawks. His name was Coach Terry Drake. Okay. And he's he's telling Marco them and Devin, he's like, y'all, look, I've been around Hall of Famers and all this and that. Okay, that's fine. But I'm telling you this right here. This kid right here, because I was 27. I'm 31 now. So I was 27. Mm-hmm. So he was like, this kid right here. He was like, I'm telling you, he is the best offensive and defensive line coach I've ever had in any program. And he's won championships in Florida and Texas. And he's telling them. So we get on the board and they'll put a defense up because we'll switch either offense and defense. So they put up their defense against my offense. I'm writing it on this is too easy. Who gonna make that? Everybody's blocked. What you gonna do?
Right.
What you gonna do?
Right.
And they looking at Coach Drake and they're like, Drake, where did you find this guy? Where did you find him? He was like, I told y'all. So that's how I know them guys.
Right.
That's how I know them guys. They know. Coach Jay, boy, he get on that board, he started talking. You ain't gotta say nothing else.
Right.
Defensive wise, all that. But yeah, I mean, you being a Buffalo Bill, like I tell people all the time, you know, even though that y'all was in the Super Bowl, you know, and y'all didn't win the Super Bowl, that's okay. Yes, I want to win it, but they were there like 4 times.
Right.
They're doing something right. They just got to finish.
You know what, man? It was unbelievable. And I got there. It was an older team when I got there. So, you know,
Right.
Jim and Bruce, James Lofton, they was all old, man. But, man, talk about fun, man, and learning and just the camaraderie. And Bill Polian and Marv Levy had a good way of it was more character guys.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like great players that had character. So that's why we were able to sustain, you know, 4 years of winning tradition. We couldn't win the big one, but you couldn't tell us we couldn't get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, we'll be there. We'll be there.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
So as of right now, the Buffalo Bills are finally in the playoffs. Now they're going to be in the AFC Championship game, and the last time they did so was when you were on the team in '95. Can you give us a little bit of insight on your Buffalo Bills right now compared to the team that you played with in '95?
That's a tough one. You know what? Allen is really good, and he's coming into his own. He could be as good as Jim. You know what I mean? We don't have a running back like Thurman. I mean, right now, the things we are doing right now is by committee more so than when I was there, when everybody had their job. So we had Don Beebe doing his job, Andre Reed doing his job, you know, and Thurman did his job, and Jim did his job. So now they kind of like they'll use 2 or 3 backs. You know what I mean? They'll spread the ball out a lot more. Defensively, really tough. The Edmonds kid is unbelievable. Unbelievable. And, you know, the game plan they put together defensively to shut down Jackson was unbelievable. You know, when in a situation where you can't stop, where, you know, where he's going to hurt you at some point, and they really didn't let him hurt him. And that was pretty great, you know, by Coach Frazier, who will be a head coach soon. He'll be a head coach soon.
Oh, yeah. I'm telling you, these Bills, especially that defense on the defense side of the ball, I love defense. I'm just let you know that right now, Skate. I love defense. I know offense, but I love defense. And when I'm watching this Buffalo Bills defense, I get excited because I know I'm gonna see hits and I'm gonna see people flying around and people having fun. I love that.
Right.
You're going against a defense that's flying around, having fun, and hitting.
And that comes from the, you know, the fans and the mafia, and, you know, it's just everybody. It's such a real, true blue collar town.
Yes.
And the fans are awesome, and there's nothing else there. You know, like in Green Bay, there's nothing there except for us. So all the fans know everybody on the roster, not just the stars. And, you know, it gives you a feeling of being wanted and being needed as a player. You know what I mean? It's awesome. It's an awesome feeling to play in Buffalo. You know, in a small market is unbelievable for camaraderie and, you know, glue when you get down into these situations, you know, like deep into the playoffs like we are now.
Absolutely. Well said. Nate, what would you say is your biggest takeaway that you might carry with you throughout life now when you played pros in the NFL?
Oh, wow. That the NFL is a business, and, you know, and business is business. You know, business and love is 2 different things. You know, and I'll tell you a quick story. Kenny Davis, who was Thurman's backup out of TCU, the Texas Tornado. He number 23. He had that last year in Buffalo. He had a bonus for like $500,000 or $600,000 bonus if he had over 500 yards. And Thurman had been hurt that last year, and Kenny was at 450. He was close to getting 500 yards. And Elijah Pitts, who was our running back coach, he was a running back for the second Super Bowl team in Green Bay, number 22. You know, so he's on the sidelines, and Thurman goes down. I'm like, gosh, Kenny about to get this bonus. You see Eli on the headset, and he just got his look on his face like, oh my God. I'm like, well, he goes, Nate, go in at tailback. So I played tailback for the rest of the game. King didn't even play. Business.
Yeah.
Oh,
Business.
so they don't have to
It's
pay
all
him.
about the business.
And I ended up with like 30 yards or something like that because it was in the four. I had about 30 yards. Kenny would have had 70.
Wow.
Hey, but he right. It is business. I tell kids that now. I start them out young, telling them that, like, man, this is a business. Man, hey,
it grows into a business slowly. You don't even notice it because you're like, as a kid, you with all your buddies. Then you're in high school, you're sitting in class with them, and then you get to college, and it's a little different. You know what I mean? And okay, we do hang out some, but once you get to the league, sometimes you don't hang out with some people. You don't hang out at all. Some people you don't even talk to.
Yeah,
right.
It's business.
It's business.
But the better teams don't. The better teams don't because they have more camaraderie. Like when just like when a Peyton Manning or a Tom Brady when he was in New England, but instead of getting his crazy raise, he'll take $2-3 million and spread it out amongst some linemen something.
And get them some more. Give them some more guys.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So now, trust me, that guy's gonna play harder for you when it comes time like this.
Yeah,
those guys gonna play harder.
Absolutely. And we actually saw that happen with the Tampa Bay Bucks this season with Tom Brady helping Antonio Brown get that extra $500,000 bonus by getting those extra receiving yards that he needed to be able to achieve that. So I definitely know where you're coming from when it comes to it's a business, but when it comes to having a winning mentality, having a winning mentality in the team. I mean, when you have someone like Tom Brady that's really willing to help you out in that sense, I mean, come on, he had Antonio Brown living in his house. So obviously it's more than just winning games. It's more about lifting each other up and making people, bringing everybody to the best of their abilities. And that's what Tom Brady has brought to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's been able to change that culture. And Bruce Arians talks about it all the time, how Tom Brady is one of the biggest voices in the locker room and how nobody looks at him as like an intimidating person. It's more like a coaching fatherly figure, big brother type of mentality. And that's probably been one of the main reasons for the Tampa Bay Bucks' success because they all are in this together. And we're hoping that they can pull through this coming weekend for this NFC Championship game so we could see them in the Super Bowl and see them make history happen.
Since you said
it's not one of the reasons. It's the reason.
The reason.
Right. Absolutely.
Since you said that, Ruth, Bruce, he had said that he Tom Brady was a consumer leader when it comes to Tom in the locker room and on the field. He said Tom. Now he did take a shot at New England though. He said Tom coaches. That's what Tom does, and I allow Tom to coach like he wasn't allowed to do in New England. He said sometimes that he just show up, and there'd be sometimes he don't have to say nothing. He just sit back and watch. Tom taking care of it all. So with a guy like that, I mean, you ain't got to worry about no on the field problems, no off the field problems, because we ain't heard nothing about Antonio in a minute. Keep it up, Antonio. Don't let me down now right before it happened. But we ain't heard nothing about nobody else saying anything else, so we should be good. Tom Brady, all you got to do is just keep the leadership going. And I told people after this Saints game, like, I like the Saints, but Tom, he don't even look like the Tom that I used to be like. Like when he with that Patriots jersey on, it seems like when he won, he used to be like this to people, like, yes, in your face, yes, you wanted me to lose, which now he still is proving people wrong, but it's like a nice way. He's doing it like Peyton Manning. He's like, hey, thank you to my mom.
This is a very humbling experience.
Yeah. He's an elder statesman now.
Yeah. So I'm like, hey, this is a good guy.
I think that has a lot to do with the fact that he's done nothing for the Bay. I mean, yeah, you won 6 rings, you made it to 9 Super Bowls, but what have you done for the Bay? I mean, this is a very humbling experience for him to finally be away from the Patriots way to kind of be his own person. And we're starting to see a lot of the Tom Brady that no one's really seen before, the more laid back, jokester, hanging out, high-fiving people. And, we're seeing a whole different side of Tom Brady, and it's definitely brought a winning culture to the Bay, and I'm excited. Well, Nate Turner, thank you so much for joining us. Before we get you out of here, can you give us your predictions for the AFC Championship game between the Buffalo Bills, Kansas City Chiefs, and then also let us know how you feel the ending result's going to be for the NFC Championship game in the frozen tundra, which is called Lambeau Field, and Tom Brady going head-to-head with Aaron Rodgers?
Well, first of all, anybody going into Lambeau, it's a different animal. But you all got the right guy steering the ship. The right guy steering the ship. If you're going to go in there, that's who you want to go in there with. I wouldn't want to go in there with anybody else. He's been there before. He's played in cold. He's played in, pressure situations. He doesn't feel pressure. He's the elder statesman. He knows the game. I like Aaron Rodgers, but I'd like, especially if Brady might be leaving after this, I'd want to see him go out with a chip, at least a shot at the chip.
He ain't going nowhere. He'll be back next year too. And Gronk said that he's coming back with him.
Yeah, Gronk said he's coming back next year. So I'm hoping. I wouldn't 100% blame Tom Brady for having that drop the mic moment if he's able to pull off his 7th ring in the Bay. It's kind of like, what else can I accomplish? I've already made history in so many ways. I've risen up that GOAT status to a point where there's probably never going to be another Tom Brady. So I wouldn't be mad if he left after this season. But give me your score prediction of this weekend's matchups.
Ooh-wee. 22-14 Tampa.
All right. Now, what about for your Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs? Bills Mafia, baby.
Yeah, Bills Mafia. I see number 15 leaving the game in the second quarter. And I see Buffalo beating them by 35-14.
Okay.
35-14, giving them that butt whooping. All right. Well, I think losing Patrick Mahomes is definitely going to be the biggest thing for the Buffalo Bills because, with Patrick in there, you never know what's going to happen.
You never have any idea. Right.
This kid's an entity that we've never seen anybody play the way he does. And he is probably one of those quarterbacks that if he could stay healthy and he could keep that camaraderie that we have in Kansas City, I could see him being that next GOAT status of a quarterback following Tom Brady, honestly, to be honest with you. Coach 100%. Jay, give me your score predictions of this weekend. Be honest now. Don't hold back.
All right.
I know you've been thinking about it all day.
I've been thinking about it since they won to beat the Saints. All right. I'm going to have to go with – forget it. I'm going to say it. All right. I got two predictions. One of them is going to be, I'm going to say 35-21 Bucks. We're going to win that. And my other one is 42-21 Bucks again. Going to win that.
No. What you mean? The Bucks going to win the AFC and the NFC? No.
I'm talking about I got two on the Bucks. I got two predictions for the score on the Bucks game.
Oh, okay. What about the Buffalo Bills and the Kansas City Chiefs? Let me know what you think.
The Bills is gonna beat them. I'm gonna say, let's see, they might Kansas City if Mahomes is there at the beginning because I don't think he's gonna survive the whole thing if he even touched the field. I get him 14. I ain't gonna get him more than that. I get him 2 times.
He's got a bad toe too. Remember.
Yeah, he's also dealing with that toe injury that had him sidelined against the Cleveland Browns as well. So not only is there a big possibility that he's not going to clear concussion protocol, but he might be dealing with an injury that it's going to enable him to be that mobile quarterback that we're so used to seeing. So
okay, all right, Dan.
Nate Turner, can you let us know how you're doing and what you're doing with your life now after the pros?
Yeah, tell them where you at right now.
I'm in Chirac, Chicago, Illinois. Everything's good here. Retired now. Just enjoying watching my son, my youngest boy, play football still. And here.
What position does your young son play?
Quarterback.
Nice.
Quarterback.
Right.
Where at?
He's at Phillips Academy.
Okay. All right. All right,
Yeah,
that's
so
cool.
they doing some things. He got some work to do like everybody else.
That's all right.
But that's me saying that.
Yeah. I understand.
Right, you're his toughest critic.
I try to keep him level headed.
Hey,
Everybody else is talking about great.
Gotta keep him humble.
Right.
I can appreciate that.
It takes a lot to impress. It takes a lot to impress Daddy. I played with Jim Kelly.
I know, right? But like, okay, yeah, that's cool. But check this
Now,
out.
Jim Kelly has been on the record to say that Josh Allen could probably be in the same category as him. Would you agree?
At some point, I mean, you gotta get the form to be in the same category.
Absolutely.
But if he wins one, he's
if he wins
in the
one,
category, right? If he wins
he there.
right,
Hey,
to the top.
All right, and that is coming from.
17.
Say it again.
45-17.
45-17 Bills.
Yeah.
All right, we shall see. But we are going to take a quick break. Nate the Skate Turner, thank you so much for joining us on the episode 21 of the Tom Gronkowski Show. Can't thank you enough for being here. And you enjoy retirement. Enjoy watching your son front row. And we'll catch up with you soon.
Thank you.
All right, everybody, we're taking a quick break.
Cool, for sure.
We'll be back.
All right, man.
All right, love it.
Take care. Titletown Throwdown. You guys can catch that podcast. That's another great podcast that we have on the Sports Fan Base Network. Rhode Island, for the fans and by the fans. Coach Jay, it was so awesome to be able to have an ex-NFL tight end, fullback, whatever position you would like to call him, have us join us on the show and let us know how he feels about Bills Mafia. Because, I mean, he was a part of the team the last time the Buffalo Bills were relevant.
Oh, yeah. When people actually was thinking twice, like, hey, they always going to be there. So he knows. Like he said, he telling his son, trying to get his son right. Hey, I'm going to tell his son, hey, listen to this man. He was there. He knows what to do. So just do what he tell you to do. You know, when people start getting teenage years, they think they can, I know what to do. No, you don't. You would already be there. Listen to that man and do what he say.
Right. When you have a father that played professional ball, I mean, you can't help but want to kind of maybe raise the bar from what what your dad accomplished. And I mean, I know that if I had a parent that was an athlete that played for the pros, I probably would have ended up wanting to play for the pros as well. You always kind of want to follow in your parents' footsteps and even be better than them. But let's dig deeper into this Green Bay matchup. Now,
okay, here we go.
Aaron Rodgers has had an MVP caliber season, but we've had Tom Brady be able to turn a culture around in the Bay and bring them to the NFC Championship game. So give me your take on what we're going to be seeing this Sunday at 3:05 in Lambeau Field.
We're going to be seeing a lot of people flying around because they got to stay warm, and they're going to be hitting and having fun. And we're not going to see Tom Brady on the ground because his offensive line is not letting anybody touch their little sister. Their little sister got touched one time, and that was a mistake. I seen what happened over there. That's okay. I'm not even mad about that. We'll fix it. But as far as these last two games going, this offensive line, they are getting it. It's like Nate said earlier. They clicking. They starting to click. So they did it the Alabama way. Basically, the regular season was practice for us. We got our wins that we needed to get into the playoffs. We're here now. We got another win, and we've been learning and practicing the whole season. And now, at the right moment, we clicking in, and it's all coming together. Now, I heard the commentator say that the Bucs was looking like this looks like a Patriot offense right here, because now the difference is why they beat the Saints was not only was the turnovers, but they was able to run the ball.
Yeah.
Last couple of games they played them, they was never able to get a running game established. They was able to run the ball. Now, people, I know y'all been hearing me since we've been talking about, since we started this show, I've been saying it. If you want to go far in the playoffs, if you want to win, I'm telling you, you got to have a defense and you got to have a running game and you got to be able to win on the road. And that's what they doing. If they do this right here, then they're not going to be on the road the next week after that because they're going to be basically at home. Even if they have to put the white jerseys on, it doesn't even matter. Like John Gaylor said, my guy from Atlantic Coast, he knows all about it, and he wants us to feed Leonard Fournette. He's right, and y'all know that I usually don't say that, but this man has been playing different. He looked like an elite runner. Now you look like you're worth the money that you have been getting paid. Now, all he can do is stay like that. I haven't even thought about Shady. I didn't even know Jones was in a couple of times. I thought it was just Fournette because he kept toting that thing and was going. Then all of a sudden I look up and they got Rojo in. I'm like, all right, cool. I don't even think about Shady no more. He going to have to pop in out somewhere and somebody going to have to announce it to me because I won't even recognize him now.
Right.
But Fournette, keep running the ball. Defense. God. Defense. You guys actually showed up. Here's the thing about it is with defense. If the defense can play a little bit more than how they played against New Orleans. Now, defense, I'm not going to trash y'all completely. I'm going to be honest with you. Now, the defense, they played a two-man under defense. So they got everybody in man coverage. They got the two safeties up top hot like they in the cover two. So basically they already said and they know, Drew Brees, you can't throw outside the numbers like you used to. Mm-hmm. It's wobbly when you throw outside the numbers. So we know you want to throw in the middle of the field. Now, you ain't going to be able to do that because we got guys coming at you and they actually getting back there. Mm-hmm. People was getting back there. When they did blitz, he was in a 4-man front sometimes. He was in a 5-man front sometimes. And he just coming at any direction. With that being said, the way they was playing, they're good. Now, here's the Saints and them's problem. Now, Bucks, now don't get me wrong, Bucks. Like I said, I got to tell the truth. Now, if it was me and I was the Saints, I would have kept running the ball because I don't know why Kamara only touched the ball 18 times. Why?
Right.
He's going to – when I got a running back that I know that can break, I'm going to keep giving you the ball because I'm just telling everybody, hey, he going to break one. He going to break one. Watch. It's going to come, but we got to keep giving it to him. The Saints them shot themselves in the foot, but I'm not going to sell us short. At the same time, we got to stop doing boneheaded mistakes. That stuff will get us killed. Penalties for no reason. I am so tired of seeing these defensive backs grab and hold on people. Why are you grabbing? When you grab and hold on somebody, that means you telling me if I'm a receiver, you're telling me you can't guard me.
You're telling me you're tired.
You're tired or you can't guard me. You know I'm better. You cannot do that stuff because in order for them, Aaron Rodgers is different than Drew Brees. Aaron Rodgers is going to be able to hit the target anywhere, anytime. The only way he's not is if they do what they did to him the first time they played him, which is keep putting him on his back. If you keep putting him on his back, and this guy, when he runs outside, you can't be like, oh, well, if we get him outside the pocket, we good. No, this guy, he throws more Hail Marys than Tupac. So please, you cannot allow this man to get going. If he gets going, it's over. All we have to do is just make sure we contain this man and everybody up front get to him. Defensive backs, I'm challenging you because it's going to come down to you. He's going to throw the ball. This Aaron Rodgers, he's going to throw the ball.
So we have the rookie Antoine Winfield Jr. make some spectacular plays in the secondary, as well as having Carlton Davis be able to completely shut down Michael Thomas, who did not even have one reception throughout that whole game, and he played throughout that whole game. Now, that is going to be the formula because Aaron Jones is going to be able to rip us apart. He's been shown throughout this whole season that he is a slant receiver that can really, really take advantage of our secondary. So that's going to be one of the most important aspects of our Tampa Bay Bucks defense is to be able to shut down those slant receivers. Now, Aaron Rodgers is a bad man, and the type of numbers that he's been putting up are MVP caliber numbers at 37 years old. Now, it's going to be Tom Brady at 43 against Aaron Rodgers. Now, I know it's going to be a shootout between these two teams, but I'm expecting it to also be a defensive battle.
Check this out.
Now, go ahead, Coach.
This is the oldest NFC quarterback matchup championship game ever in NFL history with combined total yard, with combined passing yards and touchdowns. Not only that, now I got a little something for Tom. If Aaron Rodgers is, MVP and all that, that's okay. Because check this out. Since Tom Brady has been he has eliminated 7 MVPs from the playoffs every time he play against them. They have won the award. I'll start from the nearest all the way back. 2018, Patrick Mahomes beat him. 2016, Matt Ryan beat him. 2006, LaDainian Tomlinson, when the coach messed up and they were supposed to be there. Okay, 2004, my boy Peyton Manning. 2003, oh my boy again, Peyton Manning. I know, oh it hurts. And then at that same time, 2003, Steve McNair, because they were both basically dropped. They were both like cold MVPs or something like that. And then, not to mention, 2001, Kurt Warner, when it all began. Mm-hmm. So, hey, if Rodgers want to be the MVP, that's okay. That's okay. Tom, he could come to you anytime and say, hey, I got MVP that year. Yeah, but I got another ring. You can take that MVP. I was Super Bowl MVP. Boy, come on now. You know better than that. In that championship ring. Come on. Don't be messing with the champ, boy.
Coach Jay Morgan dropping that knowledge on us. Like, let me tell you. Now, not only is it going to be history with the oldest NFC quarterback matchup, but on the other side, on the AFC matchup, we got the 2 young Bucks making some noise as well at that number 1 and number 2 seat in the AFC. It should be a spectacular football Sunday. I'm excited. I'm hoping that the Kansas City Chiefs can get it together and have Patrick Mahomes back in action, because I do not want it to be an asterisk next to the Buffalo Bills and Bills Mafia if they win the AFC.
They wouldn't have no asterisk.
If Patrick Mahomes doesn't play?
No. There's the backup in. Hey, he in the NFL. He know what to do. He used to play for the Jags. So I ain't saying much, but hey, you know what to do. You're an NFL quarterback. Get it done. But it also comes down to coaching. If I know my quarterback is out. So say for instance, if I got a tight quarterback, I don't know. Let's just say I had this one kid at Atlantic Coast High School. His name was Bubba. I used to call him Andrew Luck. So most of the quarterbacks that I could have the offensive line for, they're athletic quarterbacks. They want to run. They want to be able to, escape. Cool. When I first met this kid, I said, what you play? And he's like, I play quarterback. Oh, you play quarterback. Okay. Let me ask you this question first. Do you like to throw or run? Oh, I like to throw. In the pocket? Yeah, I love standing up. Oh, you're a real quarterback. Yeah, yes, sir. Oh, okay. Okay, check this out. So when he's in and I'm coaching varsity, most of the stuff is supposed to be pocket stuff. Can't have him going outside the pocket. We had a problem with a coach like that. He wanted to keep making the guy go outside the pocket. Kid had to have like 8 bags of ice after the first game. Yeah, getting killed. You can't do that. You got to play to the strength of the person. Mm-hmm. Like, we're going to do our system still, but we're going to play. Everybody's system got the same stuff in it. They just call it different stuff. Right. So I'm sure you got something in there for him. So if it's me and my guy's a pocket passer, if he goes down and I got an athletic guy that comes after him, now I can start doing play action boots. I can start doing the rollout stuff and all that. When I got the kid in, that's the pocket passer, that's when I'm doing straight you're giving the ball, or we're doing play action, or you reading the field. And this kid is bad. He can read the field. Oh my God. This man's threw for 500 yards against Lee High School in Jacksonville against them. I'm telling you, this kid, he threw over 500 yards, and he called the game. The coach was like this because we was already up. The head coach said, hey, go ahead, Bubba. You got it. The kid out there calling and stuff. He doing signal. He come up. He starts seeing stuff. He telling them to wait, pointing it at, hey, Mike is 50. Hey, check 22, check 22. He sees it. That guy, I'm telling you, all they got to do with the Chiefs is it comes down to coaching. Andy Reid is no fool. So I know he got something up his sleeve just in case if something bad happens. If you got Henny in, then if it was me, I will put in tapes from Henny's years and see what he's good at. I'm going to incorporate it with the stuff that I do so that way he can be good. It's just like the Broncos did with Tim Tebow, and they actually started winning. You just start moving it. And then a lot of people was like mad about that, talking about option. Shoot, in case people haven't noticed, a lot of teams run option now, like everybody.
Yep.
So Tebow should have never been booted out. He should have been here still because he was the guy that everybody started going crazy about the option with. I don't understand. Option is like, it's elementary stuff. If you're on defense and you're going against an option team, everybody that's the A and B players, you take everything in the A and B. Inside guys take A and B gap. Outside guys, you're going to take C gap. Skinnies, you come down and fill my alley. I don't care if he has it or not. You pop him. Period. Everybody's blocked. There's nobody that's going to have the ball.
Right.
Everybody's blocked. That's all they got to do.
Very well said. Coach Jay, we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, would you like to throw down some X's and O's? So that
I throw out some X's and O's.
Let's throw down some X's and O's, and let's wrap up episode 21 of the Tom Gronkowski Show. This is going to be the MMA promo. Now, you guys know that there's a big matchup going on in the UFC right now. We have Conor McGregor coming out of retirement this coming Saturday to face a person that he's already beat. So pay attention. We'll be right back.
Money.
Make sure to be catching Zach every Thursday night at 8 o'clock for the MMA podcast. Now, we got a big matchup going on this Saturday, so I know that he's going to have a lot to talk about tomorrow night. Don't worry, if you don't catch him live, just join him on the sfbmri.com. Coach Jay, take it away for you. Where's your promo?
Hold up, we got to hear that song. That song get me going.
Hold on. I don't see it.
I started drawing to it.
I know. Hold on. That ain't it. Where is it? Hold on. Give me 1 second.
Oh, that's fine.
I don't see it here. Oh! Switching show titles over here. Give me 1 second. Thank you for everybody joining us for episode 21 of the Tom Gronkowski Show. Coach Jay, we do not have your promo video here, so we are just going to jump right in to X's and O's. I'm sorry, my friend. I don't see it here. I know I ain't blind. I guess it got taken out when they put our new promo video in.
Dang.
That's a whole different feel going in at halftime.
Brady lofts it. Gronkowski. He's got it for the touchdown.
All right, everyone. We have a new segment called X's and O's. Take it away, Coach Jay.
All right, here we go. So welcome to another episode of X's and O's. I'm sorry I missed y'all last week, having some connection issues, but that's okay, though. All right, first thing we're going to talk about is, it's the playoffs. You're one game away from the Super Bowl. I believe every real coach has a part in their playbook where they say they saving that for a rainy day. Well, it's about to be that rainy day. You want to make sure that you always have a trick play, and you will know when the time is right to bring it out. Okay? It's going to probably be when they least expecting it, maybe right after halftime, right before, or even in the fourth quarter when you need it. But I'm going to show you one called swing and gate. And people do it differently. Okay, now the swinging gate, this is basically what we're going to do on the swinging gate. All we doing is trying to, and dang, that marker is light. All we trying to do is just spread the field out. So if you look over here, I got the Z receiver over here. I got the slot over there. I got the quarterback and the tailback in the backfield. And then over to the far one over here, I got the other X receiver, plus I got the offensive line over there, which is the 2 tackles and the 2 guards, and I got the H back. So basically, I'm using everybody that I would usually do in my spread, but now I got them in different spots. Now, As a defensive person, see, I've drawn up against this so many times that I know exactly where to put everybody. But if you're doing this on the fly, you got so many options that you can do. He could run the ball. If they only got one-on-one with this center, if they only got one guy right here with the center, he can go run the ball. If they got nobody right here, you can always just throw it right there. You're always going to have this guy. He either can go straight because you might catch somebody looking off guard, because if this corner right here, somebody just hurry up and jump that, then it leaves him wide open. If you can either go play action, boom, if it's got to go quick, you can go screen with the Z, have the Y come up. He can either block or he can go out and go catch a ball because, boom, he can stop, be right here. He can throw it. So much stuff you can do out of this. Excuse me. Not to mention you can throw it over here to the H, let him get a little bit, and then you can run jailbreak. Boom, everybody blocking. Just run right behind him. Boom, boom, boom. You can also have everybody blocking. The X floods out of nowhere, or he can even slant out of nowhere. Boom, right there. It's just so much you can do, and you want to make sure that you always have this in your pocket when you are getting ready to go in a real important game, because you want to catch them off guard. Just think back when Tom Nim played against the Eagles when he was with the Patriots had the Philly special. Well, Tom Nim had something that was like that too, but they just didn't execute it. If they execute it, it's a different story. And every time I used to watch Tom Nim, I know that Tom Nim always usually come out with their trick play right after halftime. You throw them something different, because the first half, which is what the Jags should have did against the Patriots that year, first half, all you doing, you just controlling the game, you showing them boom, boom, boom. And then now, when that second half comes, that first drive, you got to show them something different that they're not ready for, because they already know what you've been doing the first half. Now, with that being said, now as far as like defense goes, we can do so much out of this. All right, first of all, let me just say this to every defensive person out there looking. When you have another guy in the backfield like that, look where that H and that T is at. When you have another guy in the backfield like that, that H right now is the sniffer. Wherever he goes, that's where the ball going, unless it's a play action. But wherever he goes, ball going. So if they come up here, and sometimes we've been in like a 5 front, and I love it. So we'll go boom, boom, and just say in the 5 front, boom, 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 right there. Okay. If this guy, he's going to come up, they're going to go boom, and they're either going to block the first man or he's going to leave him alone. He's going to go up to a backer and leave him for the sniffer to hit. This guy's called the sniffer. Okay, he sniffs out. He's picking up the leakage. He's going to try to blast somebody to get it open for Aaron Rodgers nil. Aaron Rodgers really nil. What they do is they're going to run dive. They will run that. Everybody knows about the old Packers toss, right? Like Vince Lombardi say, right up the alley. They're going to run something like that involves that toss. And believe it or not, it's going to be some modified version of that. It's the Green Packer way. Come on, Vince Lombardi said it. You run up the alley. You're trying to get out there, and you're running up the alley. That's what he used to always preach. They're going to do it. All we have to do is make sure that we are getting back there and giving different looks. So this time we'll drop back, have this guy come out here, show him a 4 front. Look like we're start out in the 5 front, go to a 4 front. Look like we're in the 5 front. Let's see. Look like we're in the 3 front, bump it to a 4. We just got to keep moving. Defensive backs. You're going to play you're going to be a key part in this. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows what people say about y'all. You're going to be a very key part. The people up front, y'all just got to continue to make plays, and you can't take no plays off. There's a lot of opportunities that we missing because I see guys standing around watching. If you can't get to the quarterback, keep trying. Don't just stop and watch him throw it. Hurry up those 2 seconds, or that second you looking at him, you ain't stopped and you over there. I can't say the word, what I really want to say, but we'll just say chest fighting. Yeah, we'll say that. When you chest fighting, you're not going to be able to get there. Then you just stop and you start looking at the quarterback as he throw the ball. Defensive backs. When the ball is thrown, you should be going to it. You shouldn't be stopped in your tracks, like looking at it like, whoa, that's great. No, go get it. And really, that's all y'all have to do. You must get Rodgers on his back. That 2-man under stuff, that's cool if y'all going to be able to play straight man-to-man coverage and not have no penalties. And that means up front, they got to get it going. Other than that, we cannot sit back in zone and watch him, because if we sit back in zone, Rodgers will pick us apart. So without further ado, I ain't about to hold y'all no longer. That's the episode of X's and O's. We're going to see y'all next week. We already know who he is. Until next time. Go ahead, Ruth. It's on you.
Mic drop. That is the game plan. That is a recipe for beating the Green Bay Packers this coming weekend in the NFC Championship matchup at Lambeau Field, better known as the Frozen Tundra. It's supposed to be 28 degrees with 1 inch of snow. That's some cold weather for our Tampa Bay Bucks that are used to playing in about 70 to 75 degree weather. Now, Tom Brady is already familiarized with playing in the Frozen Tundra as well as playing in New England for the past 20 years. So I'm not expecting it to be an issue when it comes to getting the ball down the field, but we shall see how this weekend is going to add up. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching episode 21 of the Tom Gronkowski Show, brought to you by the Sports Fan Base Network, Rhode Island. We had Nate Turner on today. That was amazing. He had a lot of great insight in the NFL because he himself has been to 2 Super Bowls. He was a part of the 95 Buffalo Bills when the last time they even won a playoff game. So it was great to see how he felt about Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. Coach Jay, do you have any final thoughts before we say goodbye to our audience?
All I'm going to say is just get ready for this show y'all about to see. In the words of the T.O., get your popcorn. I hope you got your popcorn ready because it's going to be a wild one.
It's going to be, oh, man, like after watching that Saints game, I feel like I have like this whole new sense of, I guess you would say, confidence when it comes to the Tampa Bay Bucks. The way they were able to turn that game around, the way they were able to capitalize on the mistakes that Drew Brees and the Saints had made, the way they were able to handle the controversy of all the trash talking that was on the field. Jared Cook was having a field day. Marshall Lattimore was having a field day, and it just seemed like we weren't letting ourselves get pushed around. And with a young Tampa Bay Bucks team, that was a great confidence booster for everybody. And I think for Tom Brady to be able to shut down Drew Brees and pretty much, I guess, put him away for retirement, that was another booster. I mean, the GOAT is going to make something happen. Now, if you guys think that the stars lined up perfectly for Tom Brady to be able to play in the Bay and to make history, I don't think it's coincidence. Now, I'm not going to jump the gun. We got to go game by game, but we shall see how things unfold. The game kicks off at 3:05 Eastern Standard Time this coming Sunday. Make sure that you clear your schedule. You don't want to miss a second of this game. So, Coach Jay, I'm finished with my drink. I'm about to go pour me another. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks, Nate Turner, again for joining us on the Tom Gronkowski Show, brought to you by the Sports Fan Base Network, Rhode Island. No worries. If you didn't catch us live, just go to the sfbnri.com for the fans and by the fans. Everybody have a great night, and thank you again for joining Coach Jay and I. Root the Truth, Coach Jay, over and out.